What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Planet Coaster. This is episode 41 now on the series. I cannot believe that we have surpassed 40 episodes now on the Planet Coaster series. If you guys want to see some of the other series that I've done in the past on different games, be sure to check out my playlist tab on the channel homepage, and you can take a look at what we've done in the past. So, in the last episode, we built this roller coaster right here, known as the Butterfly. It turned out surprisingly well, and unlike other coasters that we've done so far in this park, I haven't changed a thing. It actually went pretty well. It does look like it's about to break down, so in a couple of minutes we'll probably get a notification for that saying it's broken. So I'm gonna hit pause because we have $33,000 in the park right now, the most amount of money we've ever had at one time, I believe. And today we are going to be using those funds to build another roller coaster, guys. Coaster fever, can you feel it in the air? So to start things off here, we are going to not grab the butterfly queue because then we'd have to rotate it around and it's not going to be aligned perfectly. We're going to grab the white dragon queue right here. We're going to advance, move, and duplicate it, drag it all the way across Central Park over to the west side over here. For just randomly placing that down, it's surprisingly center. I do think it has to get pushed over a little bit. I think that looks pretty good right there. We'll go ahead and place it down. Now I'm just going to snake our queue path through the bottom section of the station here. And with the base structure of the queue finished, we can now start to figure out which coaster we're going to be putting over here. So in the last episode, I used, I believe it was called Looney Turns, and we don't have a whole lot of options left. I'm still going to continue to sort it by price low just because we don't have stupid money yet like we did in the previous park, Paradise. So far, we have done Looney Turns, Interdimensional, Infinite, Mind Melt, and Copperhead Strike. So what we're going to be doing today is adding, it doesn't necessarily have to be applicable to all ages. I think this one we can get away with just doing teens and adult groups. So Looney Turns was just for all ages. Now I don't think I'm going to restrict it to an all age category. I think we can get away with doing something a little bit more exciting over here. So directly after Mind Melt, which is a coaster, again, we already have, we have the Deegan, which looks kind of cool. We also have In Descent, which is a reverse freefall coaster. That could actually be kind of cool. So the way this one works is basically you'd have an incline that would go up. So something like this, you'd have an incline that goes up and then a drop, and then it actually could rock back and forth, I think. I'm not really sure. I don't think I've ever mentioned, oh, no. It doesn't use the chain lift. So you would have basically a straight section that would go up and then back down and back and then up and back down and back. So it's kind of like a lapping coaster, but not really. That's not a terrible thing to add over here. We have the looping coaster, which would be the Deegan, a looping shuttle coaster, chain lift and drive tires. This one's only chain lift. Otherwise, we have like the Interceptor, the Gixxer, the sort of motorbike looking ones, or we can go real big boys and we could get the launched hydraulic Zenith coaster or launched vector coaster, which used the hydraulic launch for the Zenith or the chain lift and LSMs for the launched vector. Now those are pretty expensive. Startup cost on that one's about $3,000, which we're lacking in the money department right now. So I think a better alternative that we could do is the Deegan right here. It looks like 4 people per car. It's actually kind of a cool looking coaster if you really look at it. I don't hate it. It's different for sure, but I don't hate it. Let's get our left entry and right exit station, the one we normally use. Let's place that down right about there. Now instead of adding track, of course, we're gonna have to add more station to the backside. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Click done, and now we can get it moved into location at the coaster station. That rhymed completely unintentionally. Okay, well, I might have added too many stations to it, but the alignment of it doesn't look too bad. You guys will notice we have quite a bit of overhang here on the backside. So we're gonna go into edit track and just sort of back these off a little bit here. Right there should be perfect. Alignment wise on the front and the back actually looks pretty solid, surprisingly. I do think we have to come forward like an inch or so. That is spot on, dude. Perfect. Okay, now before we actually start figuring out the track on this one, I'm gonna go into customize here because it looks like we have a couple of different cars that we can use. We could use the American Arrow, which is not bad. We could also just stick with the Deegan. I think we're gonna stick with this shape. It looks more vintage, I guess. But this gold, you guys, that's gotta go. That is ugly. So what colors have we not used yet? We haven't done a purple. This could actually look really good in a purple. We don't need it too bright though. Maybe if we did something like a violet, something like that. Does that look pretty good? I kind of dig that. Not violet. What's that color? Lavender. Lavender, like a lavender purple. I dig that. I think that looks pretty good. The rest of the car is probably gonna have to stay black, to tell you the truth. We could do that white. That looks pretty nice. That's the bottom of the car. That's gonna stay black for sure. And this is the support bars and the seats. If we did that white, would that look weird? Yeah, I don't really like it in white, and the lavender looks kind of weird. Let's just do black there. Keep it nice and simple. Now for the track color. We did yellow track on the butterfly. I think for this one, I want to try to keep everything black except for the actual track color. So like I want the support beams and stuff like that. I want those black for sure. But maybe we could do like a purple and a seafoam green. That might look kind of cool. It's like we'll come into the sort of teal green colors here. Place that one maybe in the middle. That looks kind of cool, you guys. And with that in mind, maybe if we did the restraints on the car seafoam green, you know what? These colors clash terribly, but I think that kind of works in a weird way. I'm down for that. I'm so down for that, and I have no idea why. Okay, now that we've got our colors configured, let's drop the number of cars from 9. Let's go down to, let's see, this would be 4, 8, 12. Let's do 16. So let's drop it down to 4 cars and we'll do 3 trains. Okay, now we'll change the min rider load to full load, take off the wait time, departure interval, I would say probably 10 seconds on this one. We'll check don't block the station, and we can add in our priority pass, entrance and exit. But before we do that, we have to add in the main entrance and exit first. Connect up our queue to the entrance, looking good. Now that we've done that, we can do our priority pass entrance. That's gonna be down here, same place as normal. And the exit will be at the top of the stairs. Perfect. Now we just have to connect these paths together. Do that one like that, this one like that. Perfect. All right, we're ready to rock here, boys. Make sure we have the priority over queue set to high priority, and let's get in here, start editing this track. So similar to other coasters, we have to start rotating this around, and actually, I'm gonna have to add in our exit path here just so I know how far out we have to stay. Drop this down a small staircase and connect it on up to here. Perfect. But like I was saying, similar to other coasters we've done, I think we're gonna have to bring this around town to the back side here. Let's make sure our settings are maxed out on these drive tires. That's looking good. Place that down there. Now we can do our chain lift, of course. Make it real short at the beginning, up 60 degrees. This part's gonna be mega long. Let's do one more actually, and then we can shorten this up to a 0 at the top. So this one is going to be much taller than the butterfly. Now at the top here, of course, we are going straight down 90 degrees. We're gonna have a pretty long section of track right here. We're gonna continue to bring it down 90 degrees, but right here, we're gonna start banking it to the right, 22.5 degrees. All right, we're gonna change this bank to a 45, bring this one up 45, and we're gonna start turning it 22.5 degrees to the right. And now right here, this one's gonna come up to a 0, still a 45 degree turn, but instead of doing a 22.5 here, we're gonna do a 45. And actually, let's lighten up on the bank here. Right here, this will be a 22.5. We are just approaching the outer edge of this turn here. We'll still leave it at a 22.5 right here. This is where it's gonna go back to a 0. But instead of continuing on straight, we are going straight up here, you guys. 90 degree vertical right here, back to a 0. We might have too much speed for this. We'll see. And now at this point, I think we're gonna try to do something similar to what we did through the butterfly, except it looks like it's gonna let us go straight through one of these butterfly loops, which is pretty cool. So we might even just do that. Just bring it straight through the butterfly loop, have it end about here. Then we can make this one full length, go down 90 degrees, back up 90 degrees here. So we're gonna be right next to this coaster. Right here, we're gonna angle this 22.5 degrees. This one will also be 22.5. We'll have the angle be 22.5, except it's gonna start climbing again. 22.5 degree incline. This one is going to be a 45 degree bank at a 45 degree turn. We're going to flatten this one off to a 0. Actually, hang on a second. If we do this one 45, that's a little bit too close to that track, I think. So let's keep this at a 22.5. This one can actually be a 33.75. We'll change the angle to a 45 here. Right here, we're going to bring it back to a 0. Do another 33.75 degree turn. And then right here, we should be able to continue on straight at a 0. Looking good, dude. All right, now right here, we're going to angle it 22.5 degrees to the right. This one's going to be a little bit sharper at a 67.5. We're going to take it down 11.25 degrees here. Do a 22.5 degree turn here. And at this point, we can rotate it back to a 0 degree. We're going to bring it out to the start of this path. But this bank is going to be a 45. Actually, maybe we could do it more intense. Let's do a 90 right here. About the center of this path, we'll do a 180. So they'll be completely upside down for this bit. And then we can do a 270 here and back to 0. I think that might work, actually. I'm kind of a fan of that. A similar thing to what we had up here. This one's just going to be going straight instead. That actually kind of works. Right here, it's just going to continue straight. We're going to start banking at 22.5 degrees. Start turning at 22.5. Change the bank to a 45. We'll do a 45 degree bank here, but change the turn to a 45. 22.5 degree turn. Change the bank to a 22.5. And then it can straighten out here. So we are just hovering right over top of the station. We're going to bank at 22.5 degrees here, then 45 when we start the turn. This one's going to be a 45 degree turn. Continue 45 degrees on the bank. Lighten off to a 22.5 here. We'll do a straight section and 0 bank. Turn it 22.5 degrees here. And then right here, we're going to drop it down 11.25. Turn it 45 here. Actually, we might need a bit more intense turn through this area. So let's do a 90 right here at a 45 degree bank section. Bring it up to a 0. Do a 45 degree turn here. Change that bank back to 22.5. And we're going to try to go through the middle of the building here again. There we go. Okay, finally got it pretty well centered here. Now at this point, I think I'm going to do a 32.8 right there, going up 45. This will go back to a 0. We'll do a really short section here through the middle. Then this can go back to a 30. Was it a 36 or was it a 32? I think it was a 32. We'll go down 45. Back up to 0 here at the end. And then right here, we're going to bank it, we'll say 45 degrees. Do a really sharp 90 right here. Change this bank to a 22.5. This one to 0. This one to a 22.5 again. Change this one to a 45. So what do we got here? Let's do a 22.5. A bank of 45 here with a turn of 90 degrees to the left. Right here, we can go back to 22.5. Change this turn to, we'll say about an 11.75. If we do autocomplete from here, that should bring it right back into the station. All right, I'm kind of nervous about this one because I didn't do any tests in the middle or anything like that. So let's just send it around the track here and we'll see what happens. Uh-oh. Chain lift speed is bad. Chain lift speed is very, very slow. Let's adjust that really quick from 5 miles an hour to 14. Looks like the butterfly just broke down, so we'll do a quick refurb on that sucker. All right, let's get back into ride camera view for testing here. There we go. Much faster through the chain lift now. And the first drop, we're going down straight 90. Nice little gradual turn there. Up and over this hill. Back down. Okay, this is fast. This is really, really fast. A lot faster than I thought. Right here, that's pretty nice and gradual though. Around through here, it carries a lot of good speed through this area. I'm pleasantly surprised about that. Up over the center of the two buildings and around here. We may need to add some brake sections in there. Let's see what our test result is. Your ride is too scary. Of course it is. It exceeds G-force limits somewhere. Let's check lateral G's first. Okay, so lateral over here, that one's pretty obvious. Maybe we could do a brake section here at the top. Vertical. Ooh, yeah, vertical's pretty hot through here. This is really bad. That vertical, absolutely terrifying. So we might have to adjust that whole section there. What's our speed around this thing anyways? At the drop we hit 75 miles an hour, and then we carry a pretty constant 50 throughout the rest of the track here. Excitement is very low in most places. What's our fear over here? Pretty red hot. That's not good. We could do like a corked section over here maybe. Enough talking. Let's just get in here and see what we can make happen. Go into edit the track. We're gonna start over here with a brake section right up at the top. We'll do some friction brakes right here. We're gonna try to slow it down 2 miles an hour at a decel of 20 miles an hour. Actually, maybe we should set it to 20 because it was going like 50 miles an hour here. Now over here at this section, we are just simply going to delete that 90-degree vertical. Let's do something more like a 45, probably. Do a nice 45 through here, back down to a 0. Or is there something else that we can add here? Because we're gonna have a straight section right here. If we place that down, is there any type of something that we could add here that would actually work? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any luck with anything there, so let's just continue on doing what we were doing with the 45, except we're gonna have to bring it up 45 more degrees right here. Drop it back down to a 0 so it goes through there effortlessly. We'll do this one about in the center of this exit path right here. And then we'll do another 45 drop here. Do full length again. 45 there. Back up to a 0. Place that down there. And now at this point, we're gonna have to do this part over as well. There we go. That doesn't look too bad. I like that. Okay, so we fixed this side. We added a brake section here. Let's go ahead and test it out one more time. We're gonna take a look at the excitement levels as we go around here. So here we are coming out of the station. It's gonna go up the chain lift and down the first drop here. The train's plenty long, so it has a little overhang on that initial drop. Oh my God, that looks flawless through there, dude. And we got this little twisty bit there. Another twist here. The white dragon just broke down. That's not good. Nice. Coming through this section. Over the queue for the old white dragon, I guess. Over the station queue. Slows it down perfectly. That actually looks really good. Hang on a second. Let's check out the fear, you guys. Uh-oh. That's red hot, baby. Red hot. All over the place. But we had some good results. No way. A 7.75, a 6.74, and a 3.79 on literally red hot fear, like across the board. There's no way. With a prestige of 1176, you guys, I can't make this stuff up. That worked out phenomenally. That's incredible. I can't believe we have that good of a rating. Can we just ride this thing already? Oh my God, dude, look at this. This is absolutely terrifying, and it has one of the best scores that we've had so far. Oh my God. Yeah, no thanks. That point right there, count me out. This one, that's nice and gradual. But that other one up so high too? Oh my God, no thanks. Up and around here, round the turn to the right. Tons of speed and slows it down just a little bit to make it around this section without any issues. You know what, guys? We did it. Maybe we are professional coaster builders at this point. Okay, so you guys have seen the ride. We rode it from the inside. We saw it from the outside. Now it's up to you guys to try to figure out a name for this coaster. Originally Deegan, not a fan of that one. Have no idea what it means. So let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are on this one. But I think we are about ready to open this sucker up. At in 1176 divided by 35 would be $33.60. $33.60. Boom, let's open her up. Oh my God, I just can't believe that. Uh-oh, we had another staff member try to quit on us. The underwhelming just broke down. We'll do a refurb on it. Okay, so this would make $6 information booth priority passes. So we'll change this now to $6 for priority passes. Now the other thing that we're gonna have to change, of course, is we're gonna have to set every information booth to advertise for the new ride. And there we go. So with that done, now we have to go into our work roster, of course, for the West Central Park roster. We have 6 members out here now. We have to make sure that we have the building right here selected, of course, as well as the actual ride. Go ahead and save that. That way we have a mechanic out here to do refurbs and whatnot. So now I'm gonna go through, change the advertised destinations for these signs and change the colors, and I'll see you guys here in a sec. Okay, so for this one, I did that sort of seafoam green on the inside here of the signs, and then I did the lavender color on the outside. Now, the actual coaster car color isn't really lavender because it has that metallic tone to it, but I think I like it anyways. I could darken it, but it looks pretty solid. So there you have it, guys. We have yet another coaster over here. Once again, if you have a suggestion for the name, please leave it down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys think of. So we are finishing off now with 18, almost 19,000 bucks. We have a park rating of 2,100. We have 3,200 people in the park, and we are in March 11th now of year 11. So at the start of the next episode, I'm gonna have to go through and change some of the prices, make sure everything is nice and adjusted for the inevitable drop in prestige that we're gonna get now that we've passed another year. But I think I am going to wind things down here. So if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.